Hello YouTube. Just finished my aquaponics system outside here in the backyard. Took me a couple weekends to get everything set up and got everything piped together. No glue yet, just making sure everything is working properly. Just got all the water filled up and got the pumps running. And so hopefully give it a little time. The water hopefully will be ready for some fish. I'll start off with one goldfish and some coffee cans and see if see how the goldfish does, and then hopefully move all of his buddies out here. And the goldfish is coming from the closet system, so so the water's kind of cloudy right now. You may be able to see down at the bottom. I'm using lava rocks. Got a little bit of duckweed floating around in here. I've been growing some duckweed in the closet as well here recently. But so far, you know, the water it's clearing up pretty good. So hopefully, sometime during the week, be able to get a goldfish in there, see how he does. Here's my Venturi system. I got 3/4 inch pipe coming from the pump and then reduced down to 1/2 inch. That creates pressure, and so the air hose comes out to right about here. I cut the tip at an angle, and so as the water is being forced past the hose, it's drawing out air through the tubing back to this 3/4 inch pipe, and it's giving me the bubbles. Hopefully it's plenty of bubbles that I don't need to get an air pump. You know, I'm not real sure. I guess I really won't know until I get fish in there. See how well they're doing on that. I got plenty of air pumps if I need to pop one in there last minute. So I guess moving down the system from the fish tank, got a swirl filter here, and got a pretty slow rotation. I think that's a good thing for as far as fish poop goes. Anything that's waterlogged, fish food should drop down. Got a little bit of sediment that's already collected at the bottom, so it looks like it's working pretty good. There's some pipe down there that I have touching the bottom that will that's set up so that I can empty out the poop when I need it, get some fertilizer going. And here's the grow beds. I'm gonna add about 4 more grow beds to the corner of the brick right there. All I got right now is some cabbage and lettuce that I took from the closet system. They're good. Yeah, I did that this morning, so they're going through a little bit of shock. So hopefully they'll bounce back. But I'm using a external U siphon. So once the grow beds fill up to the level that I set the U siphon at, the height of the U siphon, once the water gets to here, it'll start to siphon out. And the good thing about the Venturi hose being connected to my U siphon is it will help draw the air out so that a siphon will start faster, and then also will also help break the siphon. So it just makes it makes the flood and drain a little more consistent, and it starts and stops much faster. You know, I guess the thing I spend the most time on when it comes to the aquaponics systems that I've set up, the biggest thing is creating that siphon. It's always been such a headache. I mean, it's such a science. But this Venturi pipe is you know, this setup here has been, I spent the least amount of time on it. You know, probably because, you know, I paid my dues with a couple other, you know, siphon systems, and you know, so I guess once I got the basics down, now I'm moving up to, you know, stepping it up a little bit. So what'll happen is, once all the water's drained out of the grow beds, which it just did, it'll take it a second, because there's so much pipe and all the pipe is level. It gets to a point where, there it goes. It gets to a point where it's still draining out, and it's not coming out at such a flow that it's not coming out at such a flow that it stops the siphon, which is kind of where the headache is in starting and stopping a siphon. So with the Venturi hose, it just kind of makes it a little easier. So, and there it goes. I keep thinking that's there it goes, you know, but then it just kind of, you know, I think it needs to be tweaked just a little bit more. It has been starting and stopping, but I bet you it could be a little bit better. But anyways, what will happen probably the next minute or so while I'm talking is, the rest of the water will fall out of the pipe, and then we'll start sucking air again. There we go. There we go. Okay, so it finally decided to do it. And so over here we're back to bubbles. All right. That's pretty good, if I say so myself. And so I got the double barrel system here. I hooked it up down here just for the sake of not having to alter this one in any way, so I didn't have to make any cuts and, you know, do anything, you know, to this barrel. I guess just for the sake of, you know, I guess just trying to do the minimum or whatever. But anyways, this is the system. My pump is 620 gallons per hour, I believe, and I don't have a valve on it. It seems to me, with the size pipe and how fast the grow beds are filling up and draining, seems to be a pretty good flow rate. But that's just for 2 grow beds. But I'm thinking and I'm hoping that when I have all 6 grow beds tied into the system, that should slow down how fast the grow beds are filled up. And I'm just hoping when it gets hotter during the summer that that doesn't you know, affect how hot the grow beds get or anything like that, you know, or the temperature of the water. But I know that if need be, I can just put up some shade cloth and try to regulate that. But hopefully I'm doing good enough on plant growth that you know, got enough of a canopy cover over the lava rocks that not too much, you know, the rocks aren't heating up too bad. So, but we'll see. This is basically step 1, build it. You know, and figure the rest out as we go. So, but anyways, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more updates. Thank you.